everyone, it's Roberta. Today I thought I'd try to make a card, and I have this real pretty light blue paper and some of this pretty printed paper. I've already punched out the inside flower right here. Just trying to come up with some different idea of how to make a card. I am using this real pretty purple Stampin' Up! Double-sided paper. I have it in here. I have a Stampin' Up! Flower from the Mixed Bunch set. I'm using this flower. It's in the Misty I won on the Stamp Junkies Facebook group for the 2nd birthday when they were doing a giveaway. Thank you, Ileana. And thank you, Stamp Junkies. So this is the card. I was going to put this purple one offset from the one that is die cut. Then I'm going to stamp one and emboss it. So I have my Versamark, and I'm going to emboss it with the white pearls, and then I am going to emboss with Disco Black Opaque with the sentiment from Stampin' Up! Picture This, and this one is I Love You, Friend. So the first one I'm going to do is the flower, and I have it in the Misty because a lot of times my stamping is not the right way the first time, and this way I'll be able to make sure that I get a good stamped impression. If not, I can always stamp over it because the stamp will be in the same position. And I do want to go ahead and, it doesn't look like it's as dark down there with the embossing ink, which is actually just nothing more than glycerin. If your Versamark dries out, you can actually put some glycerin in it to re-moisten it, which is what I've done. You just have to make sure you don't overdo it, because if you get too much, it will make a mess. Let me put these in separate places. Move this out of the way for now. Need a sheet of paper. And I did not use an embossing buddy, which really ideally should be used. But this looks okay. Okay, so now that's embossed. And I can see it's not perfect, but it'll be fine. I'm just trying to wait till it cools off, and then I can slide it in here and punch it out. The paper is warped from heating it with the heat tool, so that's why it doesn't want to slide in. and I don't want to scratch the embossing on it. And you would think it would be exactly the same, but it's not. So, to move it around till I find where it fits right. Get this cleaned up. Bring the Misty back. And now I want to stamp on this piece of paper. And I won these two on a online on Craigslist. There's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who likes to offer things on a giveaway page for people locally when they come to her house, and she has little parties where she teaches people how to stamp. And I won a couple of things from her, and this is a really cute stamp. It's I heart you, comma, friend. And this one I want to emboss with the Disco Black. And then this one is higher than the other one because it has the foam on it, but it'll work as well. And actually I should just go ahead and do the embossing buddy, so take care of that issue right away. If you don't have an embossing buddy, you can actually put some baby powder cornstarch into like an old sock or something, and then use it in the same way, and that would work. Okay, I see it in there. It's always nice to pull out some stamps that you've had for a while. I've had this for over a year, I think, and never used it. Disco Black. I love this embossing powder. It is not a microfine, so I'm hoping it'll still be fine enough to give me the nice detail on this that I'm looking for. When it's not microfine, it doesn't stick as well because the chunks are bigger. Like you can barely see that that's a letter I. And I'm not sure that I mean, that is what that looks like, but it's not what it looks like. And it's possibly because of the embossing powder not being super fine. So let me see if I can kind of fix that. I can get the big stuff here with just a paintbrush. And just gently and carefully wipe that away. Excuse me, a frog in my throat. but in between the dot of the I and the word I. Let's see it. There's this little space up in between here. Yeah, I think I got it. We'll do this one. I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I got it. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's understandable now that it's been cleaned up. What I love about it is all that sparkle and glitter in there, all the different colors. I would like this much better if it was a microfine, but it's still one of my top favorites of my embossing powders. Definitely better for not so fine detail. Okay, time to put this thing together. Tape would really help. I did not think to get my tape out. All my tapes are empty. So I have to find the one that is still has some tape. Found it. Last one. I have to make sure I have this in the right direction because the flowers are going up. I don't want to get the tape on here. If I get it on this, it won't matter, but definitely don't want to get it on my card front. And it doesn't need tape all over every inch of it. Now I want another paper down here. This one I'm just going to put in. When you do this, this is called an inlaid die cut because you die cut something and the piece is missing out of it, and then you put something of a different color or paper type or whatever inside where that cut was. So when I die cut this pretty paper and I cut this piece out, when I put this die cut in, it's called inlaid die cut. Some people don't know that. That's the only reason I'm sharing. I didn't know what that was when I first started. This one I am going to pop up, and it's just going to be offset. And I want to stamp this one. There it is. Black. And I should have done it before I put it in there. So because I didn't, I will stamp it on this in black so that I will have some color in the background on that one. I'm winging this as I go. I didn't make a sample of this beforehand. That's why it seems like it's a little bit wonky, my process in making this one. I haven't really done a lot of making cards lately. Mostly I really am into mixed media type stuff. You don't want to press too hard because you don't want to break the acrylic, but you still want to press hard enough you get a good impression. And it's not giving me that corner there. Alrighty. I'm going to darken up the center of that. It's always the solid parts on the stamp that are the hardest to get. It's still not. It'll do for now though. And these kind of punches tend to get the extra bits of paper hung up in them because of the sharp edges on them. Now this one didn't cut in that little bit, but that's okay because I can do that. And I'm just going to go over it. I need to practice more making cards so I'm better at it. It's all I used to make a long time ago, but once I found mixed media and cat hand with mixed media morsels, that was it. I was stuck. Just fell in love with it. Get some tape. And even though it just shows a small center, it's not really that small. So I can use some bigger scraps of tape that I already have on hand. And then kind of offset these. And then I need the sentiment. It's bigger than I want, so I need to cut it down. I use my washi tape to hold paper down when it's actually too small to really hold it when you're trying to cut, so that I can cut it as small as I need it. This. Actually, I think I wanted it to have smaller than that. And then I don't want anything on the edges of it either. So just a straight cut. I don't know if you can see how pretty that is. Let me see if I can help you get a better look at that. I just love how pretty it sparkles. Ideally it would have been better here, but it's just not how I did the card, right? Do it off to the side. I don't want to put it over that. And let's see if I have something pretty to put in the center of that. These are my favorite gems. Trying to see if I can put them a little too. There's different colors I could pull from. The yellow, the oranges, the blues. And I think I'll just stick with the blue because that's what the back of the card is. Let's see how that looks. If not, I can always take it out. There we go. Just take this one down. That's a quick little card. Let me know if you like it. You can give me a thumbs up. You can leave me a nice comment below. You could share on your Facebook page. I appreciate you guys watching and commenting and liking. Have a blessed day. Thank you.